going to begin with our academic awards ceremony today. First off, wanted to welcome all of our family members and parents and stuff as well for coming to take this in this morning. Thank you for taking some time off to come down and see this. Students, obviously this is a chance to celebrate some of the things that we accomplished last year with academics. And I think, as I reviewed a lot of the academics, especially coming in as the new principal, it was really interesting to see just the improvements and things that we do and some of the strides we take. So to introduce myself to any of the new parents, I'm going to MC today's event, and it is Mr. Jay Steves, new principal here this year. Mrs. Sanch is going to help me here as a vice principal with some of our award presentations. We're also going to be using our teachers to make sure that they're able to help with some of the presentation as well. So students, what we'll ask is if you are on your way up here too, if we can make sure we stay at the front for some pictures. Mrs. Coster's going to help us with some pictures as we go as well, so please stay tuned for that if we need you in a certain picture. And we also have some special delegates with us today that I'm going to introduce in just a moment as well. So on that note, to get us started, I guess, this is the exciting part for me as the principal, to come and celebrate this piece. I was fortunate enough back in the spring to take in an athletics banquet. I've been a part of a lot of conversations with students and with parents with regards to some of the other things that happen around school, leadership conferences, and all kinds of great things that happen. But this is the fundamental basis of why we exist as a school in terms of the academic piece. And I love some of the dedication that I've seen as a principal this year. Watching how we're using different time. There's different windows in our day where there was maybe too much flexibility in certain cases too. And I'm watching students this year really bear down and take a look at their studies. I'm doing every 2 weeks I'm doing a tracking with our high school students to make sure where they're at in terms of their studies as well. And it's really neat to see. And as we get into the year, sometimes that new car smell wears off a little bit and we kind of settle into an old routine. But I'm watching our students this year and they're still very focused. They're seated in those gathering areas, they're working with their teachers, and they're asking all the right questions and they're in the right locations. And that's exactly what I want to see as the new principal in the building as well. So I'm quite proud of that. A couple of things that I did want to comment on, just some of the highlights that I've noticed and picked up in the last year too. But going right down, actually, a social 30-1, we had a student who wrote the written portion, the essay portion, and received 100% on their written portion for 30-1 social studies last spring. So we're going to be honored by the Chinook's Edge School Board coming up at one of their board meetings coming up soon. Our teacher, Mr. Johansson, and the student, Josh Swear, will actually be presented this and their 100% achievement as well for that. Another highlight for me, during that time we had some grade 9 science PATs. Mr. Hohenwarder, who's back here as well right now, is preside behind the grade 9 science. We had 2 students achieve 100%. We had about 5 students, I think about a 90+% on their science PATs as well, so just an achievement on that one. Moving down, biology. Significant increase all the way around, and sorry Mr. Johnson, I didn't get a chance to get some numbers from you ahead of time as to what those numbers were, but I know that our biology results in terms of sciences have gone up immensely in terms of results on our diploma exams and stuff as well. So just some of the exciting parts for me to come into a brand new school, analyze some of the things that are happening in terms of results and watching that growth and stuff in some of our educators and how well they're doing as teachers, but also watching the dedication from our students and stuff as they prepare for their futures. On that note, I do want to introduce a few people that are with us today. I'm actually going to introduce Miss Tammy Thompson here as well with our Rotary Club. She's going to do a presentation for some of our citizenship awards. You can just put your hand up for us, Tammy, okay? And then I'd also really like to introduce right now our school board trustee from Chinook's Edge School Division. I have Connie Hosma here, and she's going to say a few words for us as well to welcome everyone.
Wow, what a beautiful morning. First of all, I want to say we should be so proud to live in this province and especially in this beautiful community. On behalf of Chinook's Edge School Division, I would like to thank you for having me here. Today we are all gathered here to celebrate enthusiasm, commitment, and your sheer hard work, students. As I reflect upon the accomplishments of our students that we're about to recognize this morning, I looked up the definition of the word award. Here's one of the definitions I liked. An award is something given to a person or persons to recognize their excellence in a certain field, a certificate of excellence. Awards are often signified by trophies, titles, certificates, commemorative plaques, medals, badges, pins, or ribbons. An award may also just be simply a public acknowledgement of excellence. At this time, I would ask that you please join me in a round of applause for all the achievements we are about to recognize here this morning. I would also like to acknowledge and thank the people who have encouraged these students and helped them with their efforts. Thanks goes out to your families for their ongoing support. Also, I would like to give a special thanks to the great team of teachers and support staff within Spruce View School, who have all played a part in helping our students to accomplish their dreams and goals. Finally, I would like to thank and recognize all of the many organizations, volunteers, and community members who support the school community here at Spruce View. I would also like to welcome your new principal, Jay Steves. Him and I have known each other through the years, and I know that he will serve our community and students well. Again, my sincere congratulations to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Connie. Another dignitary with us, I have Rick Lorenz as well, our county councillor here too. All right, let's get into it. So we're going to do some presentations today. Like I said, when you're called, if you can make your way up to the front, please, and onto the risers. Mrs. Sanch is going to help us with presentation of awards, and teachers, if you can help us with that as well. And just remember, we'll try to stay in place for pictures. Parents, you're more than welcome to come up and take some pictures as we go. And then what we'll do is we'll keep students up, and Mrs. Coster will grab our pictures for our website as well. On that note, I'm going to ask actually this time if Mr. Amandrew could come forward. Grade 7s first. So this is, again, we're talking last year's academics as we go here. So I'm going to make my way down the list here. We have academic achievement. So academic achievement is the category 70 to 79% in overall. And I'd like to honor Taylor Bell, Alexander Kiris, Caitlin MacArthur, and Brody McCleary. If they could please come forward. Honor roll is from 80% to 89% in overall average. I have Samantha Hardy, Ava Massacott, Janessa Shipwelt, and Sydney Watson. If those four could please come forward. Honors with distinction, that is 90% and above in overall average. I'm looking for Sarah Johansson. Highest class average is also Sarah Johansson, and she receives $50 scholarship for her future. Our Citizenship Award for this group of students is awarded to one Taylor Bell, who's our winner of the Citizenship Award. Taylor is a well-rounded student. She's very active in her class as well as activities outside of school. Taylor was chosen for the Citizenship Award for her ability to do well in whatever she chooses, as well as her pleasant personality to all those around her. Congratulations to Taylor on the Citizenship Award. Thank you very much, class. You guys can take your seats. Of course, we're always talking a grade behind, referring to last year, but I'm going to move with the next group of students, which was in grade 8 last year, current grade 9. And I'm going to have Mrs. Small come forward if she can, please, to help with this group. Academic achievement, 70 to 79%. I'm looking for Jeremy Burns, Emma Durbach, and Cash McCleary, please come forward. Honor roll, 80% to 89%. Looking for Jasper Lynn, Riley McCain, Cassidy McCabe, Jessica Mahalski, Alexander Patras, Luke Sonch, Jade Cinnamon, and Zach Stannard. Honors with distinction, 90% and above. Looking for Annabelle Lalonde and Victoria Watson, please come forward. The $50 scholarship and highest class average goes to Annabelle Lalonde. And our Citizenship Award for this group of students is awarded to one Emma Durbach. Seeing someone who is always friendly, smiling, and caring during school, and also in our community describes Emma. She is always willing to give of herself and to help others. She is definitely a community builder. Congratulations to Emma Durbach, please. Thank you, guys. You may take your seats. Our next group of students, our current grade 10s. Our teacher presenter will be Mr. Johnson, if he can come forward, please. Round of applause for Mr. Johnson. Grade 9 last year, academic achievement between 70 and 79%. Connor Evison, Taylor Laney, Cassidy Turnquist, and Kejo Gormelin. Honor roll, 80 to 89%. Looking for Weston Coleman, Jesse DeCroon, Zach Schweer, Kale Sievertson, Joseph Stannard, and Rihanna Wurs. Honors with distinction, 90% and above. Looking for Laura Abraham and Aiden Spidich, who are both no longer with us this time. Highest class average went to Laura Abraham. All right, at this time, I'm actually going to ask, our grade 9 Citizenship Award is a special honor. It comes from our Rotary Club specifically. So I'm going to ask Mrs. Tammy Thompson if she can come forward for this honor.
Thank you for having me here today. As a Rotarian, one of the things that we look for is somebody that serves others above self. And this student is well liked among his classmates, has volunteered in various activities within the school and community. This summer he joined the YWAM Youth with a Mission team in Los Angeles and worked with the homeless and needy. This year's grade 9 in Rotary Club Citizenship Award goes to Zachary Schweer.
Congratulations to this group as well. I would ask that Mr. Hohenwarter makes his way forward, please, to help us present with our grade 10s from last year. Current grade 11 class, academic achievement from last year, 70 to 79%. Looking for Richard Edmondson, Brandon Fisher, Cheyenne Hall, Keiko Kobashi, Spencer Lynn, Madison McKay, Carmen Phillips, Robin Watson, and Jeremy Williamson, academic achievement. For honor roll, 80 to 89%. Tyler Baumgart, Krista Burns, Joseph Chaman, Hope Holben, Katie Hendrickson, Dylan Olson, Rain Roy, Jacob Sanch, Coy Schmidt, Shaylin Turnquist. Of course, it's a great day at Spruce View School today. You can see we have our Viking helmets front and center too. It is Viking Pride Day here at Spruce View School as well, so good combination today. Our highest class average award for this group as well goes for a $100 scholarship to Coy Schmidt. Congratulations. Citizenship Award for this group is awarded this year to Richard Edmondson. Friendly, reliable, helpful are all words to describe Richard. On a regular basis, Richard demonstrates these qualities. We have seen him in 4-H, leadership, and school, always lending a hand to anyone, especially the younger children, showing great leadership. For these reasons, Richard is awarded the Citizenship Award for this group. And full of personality as well. We're all good. Thank you guys. Congratulations again. To last year's grade 11s, current grade 12s. I'm looking for Mr. Johansson to come forward to help with our presentation. Current grade 12s, academic achievement, 70 to 79% last year. I'm looking for Megan Harris, Amber Alder, Shelby Joe, and Nikita Murphy, please. Honor roll, 80% to 89%. Jaden Coster, Nicholas Patras, please come forward. The highest class average and a $100 scholarship goes to Jaden Coster for this group. Congratulations to Jaden. Our Citizenship Award for this year in this group goes to Nicholas Patras. Nick has been chosen as a great citizen for his role in leadership. He's actively involved in leadership class and truly not afraid to get others involved in conferences or school events. He is eager to do well in his school subjects and is definitely working hard towards his career goal. Congratulations to Nick. Congratulations, you guys. Once we complete pictures, you guys can make your way back. So we're going to do just a little recap. On our Citizenship Awards, they were awarded for each group. There was a criteria, and we're kind of using the criteria that came forward from the Rotary Club as well that is awarded to the grade 9s. We use a similar criteria for all the grade levels. But we talk about providing noteworthy service to others locally, nationally, or internationally. Project or service is obviously self-initiated. We want to see necessary funding come from the individual and really driven by that person. We want to also see that demonstration of leadership, providing that positive example to other students as well. That's what we're looking for in that citizenship category. And obviously not recognized by other things. There are different awards. We try to kind of spread it around a little bit as well, but we really want to see that community commitment in that citizenship award. Okay, a couple of other things to finalize too. I just want to talk a little bit about Rutherford Awards. In our program, we do have a long list of students who receive scholarships for Rutherford, and that's based on their marks as well. I will not read that entire list today, but I am going to give a little bit of a description of what Rutherford is all about, so that we understand that process. So a student must have a minimum combined average based on 5 designated courses in at least one grade, 10, 11, or 12. A student does not need to meet this average in all 3 school years or in all courses to qualify for a portion of this scholarship. The minimum average, value of the award, and the courses that can be used depend on the year the student is graduating. For further information, we can check out our school website. So for those students who are working their way through high school right now too, I would recommend that. There is a great webpage through our Spruce View School website that does have several of the qualifications and the different scholarships that are out there for existence as well that you may want to apply for as you move into post-secondary. One of the scholarships that I do want to talk about specifically today is the MJ Maxon Memorial Scholarship. And in this particular case, it is a $500 scholarship, and we are awarding it this year to one, let me follow my program closer here, folks. Let's see here. Okay, sorry. I need to bring somebody to the front to honor this one. Sorry, Rick, you want to come up? Mr. Lorenz, please, if he can help present this one. Thank you. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Thank you. And I've handed this award out several times now, but I've never had to make a speech. So this is a resident of Red Deer County put together when he passed away. Part of his estate went to this maximum scholarship, and we've handed out at all the schools that people are going into an agricultural stuff. So at this time, I would like to hand this out to Kristen Newsham, please. And I don't believe she's here, but I think her mother's here.
So we have had the grade 10 amounts up there, right, the slide before this. This is our current grade 12, so right now we have your grade 10 and your grade 11 amounts for Rutherford. So every year of high school, depending on your marks, you are eligible to earn Rutherford scholarship money to a maximum of $2,500 over the course of the 3 years if you get it every year in grade 10, grade 11, and grade 12. So we did have a couple of grade 12s last year that maxed out and got the whole amount, the whole $2,500. It is usable for post-secondary education. So when you would apply to a post-secondary school, you would be able to access your Rutherford scholarship money. So that is money that the government sets aside to support students' academic excellence and help them with their post-secondary schooling based on their hard work in grade 10, 11, and 12. So, work hard. You can see your amounts, and so our grade 12s can see the amount that they're sitting at right now after 2 years of high school, and you could add to that by the end of this year if your marks are up there. So, congratulations to those students. You've got some money in the bank already. And to those parents, speaking as one of those too.
Okay, we'll move the slides along so you can kind of see some of that money earned too, but those scholarships are really important. I would refer again to our website for that for students as well. And taking a look at that Bridging the Gap High School Plus, we call it, looking into post-secondary, things that we want to do. I just had a meeting this morning about dual credit courses, taking courses here at the school and also taking post-secondary credits all at the same time in the same program. We had a meeting last week with regards to our registered apprenticeship program and and how that works in terms of bridging the gap to post-secondary as well too. So lots of things for discussion for students and for parents as well, and the scholarship is obviously a big piece as we go. You can see the number that we've got kind of listed at this point in time as well, so things to consider for future. All right, thank yous for today. First off, I did want to thank Mrs. Thompson and the Innisfil Rotary Club for their generous award as well for a Grade 9 Citizenship Award. Wanted to thank Mr. Lorenz and the Red Deer County for their scholarship encouraging our youth to excel as well. Thank you. Wanted to thank our Spruce View Parent Advisory Council for their financial support for this event as well and the purchasing of our awards. Also would like to thank Mr. Amandrew for helping us with the videotaping today and the presentation. If I could thank Mrs. Coster up front here too for doing our official photography today for all of our communication resources. Big thank you goes to Mrs. Sonch and a group of grade 9s this morning that helped with the setup around here with chairs and curtains and tarps and everything else. And lastly, wanted to thank our parents and guests for coming to support our students and all of the excellence in academics as well, and putting the emphasis on importance for this part as well. This is a really important stage. We need to honor these parts. We need to make sure that we recognize our students when they are working so hard. And I know that that comes from home. A lot of times it's that dedication to establishing where's the homework location going to be? Is it the kitchen table? Is it the bedroom? Where is it type thing? Where do they actually work through these things? And how do you establish those structures? That's an important piece from the home as well. And so we know that the time and effort that goes into that, those frustrating questions that come along where you're looking at it and you're thinking, I don't remember this. This was back in high school and I don't recall how to do this stuff. But fighting through it, because there are those frustrating moments when you're working with your students as well. We get that, and we appreciate all the time and effort that goes into the parent side too. So thank you to our parents, students. I think we need a round of applause for our parents. Mrs. Schweer and our organizing committee down there. Is there anything else that I've missed at this point in time? We're good? She's shaking her head. I think we got it all. All right, perfect. So thank you guys for getting me through this first one. If I butchered some names out there, you're going to have to correct me at some point in time too, because I feel like I did in a couple of cases. Correct me when we get in the hallway. I appreciate that. And on that note, I'd like to thank all our dignitaries for coming today one more time, and let's have ourselves a great day. It is Viking Pride Day today, so enjoy yourselves and thanks for coming.